in round 2. With Wam's back up against the wall, he allows the roost through the banning phase. LucifroN, can he turn this into a quick 2-0 blitzer? Or has Wam got something special in mind?
Here we go. 2 villagers being sent out again. Well, not again. This is... Wait, with China? I mean, you can. I mean, it's already being built really fast.
But now
you can make it even faster.
Exactly. You know when you're like...
Speed! Or...
Think about like those people that like they tune their car to go really fast. Like I go 140 miles per hour. Yeah, but you're never going to use that. And then they upgrade to like 160 miles per hour car. It's like, why? Because it's faster, bro.
It's always the Autobahn.
Mm-hmm. And you can't match that. I mean, you're the Roos. What are you going to do? Build a normal speed? He's admittedly going to build ships that can convert, but normal speed.
Wondering if he's going to go with metal to the pedal when it comes to aging up to the fuel age, just in order to get that transition out with the ships as soon as possible. A little bit of a faster age up.
I still like the idea of the transfer ship. I think we've seen one player use it so far, but it's like... I do like it because...
It makes sense.
It's so quick, right? And with this opening, you always see 2 villagers get pulled, so you should have a second dock to build a transport ship out of.
Yeah, it's also faster production-wise time when it comes to being made than your average ruse fishing ship. So
is it
not only do you save resources, you also save significantly when it comes to the production time. It's 20 seconds compared to like 40, 38.
It's insanely faster. And also it's the cost, right? It's 100 wood compared to 150. I think the conversion, it ends up you spend 25 resources more than you would building a ship directly yourself. But the advantage is you compare this to, say, fishing boats, especially on a map like this. It's not like you can just like ferry your way across the map while fishing on the way. You can see by the mini-map where the deep water fishes are. There's a giant gap where you wouldn't be able to collect on the go.
LucifroN is going for it. He's going for the really fast age up here. Only made a single fishing ship, and after he went through most of the stragglers, he immediately sent out his units over to food, the villagers. And it's not going to be a transport ship, though. I think he's going to be sending a normal ship, normal fishing ship.
At this point, this is his only option. He will probably look to set up the lumber camp before the Kremlin completes, because I think that straggler tree is almost done with. So it's going to be a fishing boat pull. Now, this is a big edge, right? Like, Wam, you can see by the resources, he's nowhere near ready for a tech up. One archer ship could idle him for a long time here.
What he could do, this is just me, but he could transform that fishing ship into a transport ship and then go back, just in order to make it look like it was a transport ship from the beginning.
Like, it's a shame. I mean, I know exactly why you can't cancel conversions, because we know how this would have turned out, right? Oh, I'm converted. He runs away. You're still a fishing boat. So, fishing boat soon to turn into that archer ship, and Wam hasn't even started his tech up yet. He's the Chinese, so he can build it fast, but this is still going to cost a lot of idle time, possibly even loses a few of the fishing boats.
Yeah, losing out on the food economy here is going to be really, really painful for him, just because he doesn't really have a backup plan. Like, he needs this food. Without this food, he's not going to be able to really field anything on water for a long time. It looks like now we also got some of the Levi militia coming out. Looks like Wam, though, he's not gonna go for the greed with the Imperial Academy early on. Instead, he's gonna go for the Barbican to defend his gold mine.
This feels like the right read, though, right? There are civs you can get away with the greed, but the Levi militia, the issue of it is it's cost efficient as a throwaway if it idles a few villages. And the issue that you'd have if you're Wam in this game, your gold spawned forward. So there's going to be a lot of optimal usage for these militia. There'll be plenty of time. I think right now, by the time they arrive in the base, they still have like, what, 60 seconds left? They could just park on that gold and there's nothing you'd be able to do.
Yeah. Looks like Wam also has a good amount of food stored up as soon as he goes up to the next age, so he's going to be able to immediately go for a war chunk.
Villager.
Some idle time here on gold, but not too bad.
So he lost one villager on the shoreline. He might lose a second one here. That was a very hard stick ready to push in from the backside there. Just about gets away with it, though.
Yeah. All right, we see both a Hulk and a War Chunk coming out. A War Chunk and a normal chunk coming out. But, I mean, Wam, he has lost a good amount of units here. So looks like LucifroN is also positioning himself in a way to retreat with his ship.
Oh my god, like, I don't
Once
know,
the
man.
military comes out.
This is dicey. He's going to try to chase down the archer ship, but damage already done, right? There was 2 fishing boats and 1 villager dying. I have to feel very comfortable with your LucifroN, especially with additional militia raids on the way.
I feel like what this does right now, though, is it, like, just looking at the economy numbers, it just makes you pretty much even right now, right? Like, you're not gonna be ahead with this maneuver.
I get where you come from, but it's like you still forced Wam to make some changes that he wouldn't necessarily want to have to do as the Chinese, right? You mentioned the Imperial Academy he can't get. He's also not in Song, so he's not escalating his eco advantage. LucifroN, he still has unharassed eco. I think it's a bigger difference than it's first apparent, right? Especially when you're also now forced to do this as a Chinese player. The walls have to be committed.
Yeah. It also matters a lot just having those villagers being idle in the TC. Like 9 villagers being idle for like 20 seconds. That's already those 2 Levi militia paying off.
I think it says everything about the state of the game when you check the TCs of both players. One of them is gathering sheep and the other is not. I think Wam has like, what, 6 villages on sheep still?
No, wait, yeah, actually, no, he pulled them back over there. I thought for a second that he pulled them over to wood again, but no, he does have them on sheep, actually.
I mean, it's because his fishing eco isn't as good as you'd think, right? Like, there was a lot of idle time there if you went down. We also have to remember, like, you know, if you look at the dots on the map, you might be like, wow, China be bussin'. But then you have to remember that Rus fishing boats are twice as effective.
Yeah, take a little bit longer to produce, but they are by far the most efficient food resource, I think. Even, like, once you get them fully upgraded, I think they are probably even on par with something like the fully upgraded cattle for Malians.
It's pretty insane. Early aggro. Demo ships are coming in. LucifroN, it's almost just their signature play. This timing, look at it. 3 demos on the way. Just as Wam is into 3, maybe 4 Springle ships by the time the fight starts. And held hostage. He has to just run away here. 1 demo's going to be sunk. Turn fire on the other side, but just quick on the back step. LucifroN will eliminate the threat.
Big thing with the demos is because the demolition ships for the Rus are so big, they actually have a bigger hitbox. So, like, normal archer ships are able to take them down way quicker than any other civilization.
That's true. And one thing that we usually see the Spanish bros do really well is they hold the fight hostage, right? This was a bit different from LucifroN. He hard commit the demos instead of just forcing the start step back. But right now, wham, he got distracted there. Just shuffling his ships in for no good reason. He was chasing the injured one. And that's why.
Levi Militia just being so annoying there.
This is not even optimal. Look at there's too many villagers trying to kill him. Oh, that's so frustrating. This Civ, there's a reason we've seen it banned consistently in round 1 and round 2. Especially with Holy Island being so hotly contested.
Now we see LucifroN, he does have the firm lead when it comes to the galleys right now. A couple of them are weak. Ooh. He's not able to get the connections that he wants with the demo ships. Now the demo gets picked. Oh, is that going to connect? That might connect to one.
Right. He even takes out the other demo, so not too bad for Wam, stabilizing. But LucifroN still has an edge here. You can see by the count. Heavily injured ships, but if Wam can't chase these down, Lucy can still come back stronger.
Yeah. Now we got Junks actually chasing. All right, now they're turning back. That could have been
very confident.
Could have been ugly. 4 of these Springle ships are going to be all it takes in order to one-shot one of those normal Junks.
It's kind of interesting how water developed since Wololo. At Wololo, people had this theory of like mass archer ships is the way to go. Then it kind of converted to, yeah, after you get like 15 archer ships, it makes sense. And now I feel like we're back to a state of, no, it is as intended. Springle ship massing is the way to go, is the backbone of your force. Just a few archer ships to protect against the demos. And then usually the coup de grace, right? The triple or quadruple demo that pushes your opponent off.
It did change with the buff to the Springle ships. They used to do 40 damage, now they do 45. So before it used to be that you need 5 of them in order to one-shot an archer ship, now you only need 4.
I'm trying to think, like, does Wam... Is there a worry that Lucy could get into Knights in the next 2 minutes? Because this does seem like it's begging to be hit by a Knight. Or do you think that LucifroN hasn't got the extra eco to stretch? Okay, there we go. That answers itself.
Ask and you shall receive some knights there. Just going to be able to slip in and do a lot of damage. Once you realize that, okay, the Levi Militia maybe aren't going to be able to get as much value anymore. Actually, you can still probably get like a good chunk of value. And now he's making 4 of them. With 4, it's definitely going to be possible. Now we see Song Dynasty coming in for Wam, so he's going to be able to scale a little bit more on that side. Right now, LucifroN has a slight advantage when it comes to the fishing.
But that can escalate quickly with this Knight play. Keep in mind that Wam lost his scout land, so he won't see it coming ahead of time. That village on the outside of the palisade, by the way, that's meant to be early scouting, right? It's a bit of extra vision against the threat of something like a chop through, or even maybe the Knights that could be on the horizon.
LucifroN once again massing up a ton of demo ships. But there's a difference. In the last couple of games on Holy Islands that we had, it used to be the case that the opponent from LucifroN or Wam did not have a whole lot of archer ships. Usually they max out at like 2. Wam has 4, even making a 5th one. So all of those demos, which have an even larger hitbox with the ruse, might be taken down relatively easily.
See how he handles the clash. Demos pushing back on this fight. Archer ships able to eliminate 2 straight away. Just forcing him to stutter back though. The problem we have is there's no entry point right now for LucifroN. It just feels like he can't get in quick enough. These demos just remain too clustered. I say that.
Yeah, they just all go down. It's the hitbox. It's so easy to take down Ruse demolition ships. It's so incredibly easy. And now we see that LucifroN, he has to run away again. He's massing more and more demos, but that's not sustainable. That is not sustainable at all.
I think he just wants to delay now, right? Wait until you got 2 or 3 knights. Do that timing attack we've talked about. They do so well. The Spanish bros are known for. Distract on water and raid on land. For now, he's just going to keep probing. More demo ships just being eliminated. Wham, the 5 archer ship play seems to be working out. Needs to be careful in the way he retreats here, because the wraparound's coming in and those archer ships are starting to be targeted.
Looks like LucifroN is finally getting some good targeted shots here on the archer ships from Wam. Wam lost 2, so now the demos might have a bit more of a chance of surviving until they actually get to their target. Really does need to snipe down those archer ships, because those archer ships are like the one thing that keep LucifroN from being able to overwhelm Wam here.
Well, you saw the way that LucifroN curved that battle, right? He sent the demos from the shore side and wrapped on the east side with the Springolds, knowing that that would expose the flank. That's why you saw some of them go down. The problem is, archer ships, they're not that expensive to replace at this point, considering the trade he gets the other way. He's going to be very happy with that. We're still waiting for that night expedition. Looks like we've got 1 out in the field, but was it cancelled before, or did he lose it somewhere? Because I feel like I've seen 1 knight for a very long time.
Yeah, I think there's 1 knight just at the bottom side there, just cruising around. Yeah, just looking around. Now we get another clash here, but those demo ships, they are very unlikely to get connections.
Ruse too strong, Kremlin OP. Let's make demo ship boxes bigger. Crapper? Kind of feels like it.
Oh, this is a perfect reaction. Wam already has spearmen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's making spearmen.
Well, the knights are going in now, right? So they're marching in. I think there's 2 of them. 3rd one's on the way. Actually, the militia debating us a little bit, but we'll get past the TC. Spearman comes out at the perfect time. That is not the value that LucifroN was looking for.
Also lost another knight there to the TC and the Barbican, and all the Levi militia went down there. Does get still a little bit of idle time here. I'm not sure what Wam is doing there with those villagers. Where are they going? Oh, they're making another TC. What? Whoa, that's the Giga Greed. What?
It's crazy because like he doesn't necessarily need this. I think he's done enough damage on the water side that if he wanted, he could just fish. But this is uncontested, right?
Yeah, but LucifroN is gonna just age up, get the upgrades on water. You only really need the HP and armor upgrade for your ships, and suddenly you can basically win every single fight.
I mean, that's insane.
Also getting a blacksmith, so he could also just get the archer ship upgraded as well.
Problematic for Wam. I mean, this choice, this gluttony. I mean, you could speak to this as a Chinese main. When you're offered greed, what is your answer?
You take it every single time, but I feel like this might be a little bit too greedy. LucifroN, he's gonna need 500 gold as soon as he ages up in order to click that. Instead, he's making some more demo ships. Probably not gonna be able to immediately click the upgrade, and that upgrade, like the high trade house coming through, is gonna be like just bells ringing for Wam. He's gonna be like, okay, this is my timing. This is where I attack, and gonna be really interesting to see if LucifroN is able to stall that in time. It's very unlikely that he's gonna be able to stall. Okay, he's getting the extra range and attack speed upgrade, but that's not gonna be in time for this.
TikTok. Press the matter. Flash will begin. LucifroN. Like, oh no, please don't hurt me. Trying to buy time. This is going to idle his entire fleet. If he gives up any more ground, the fishing won't be underway. But Wam hesitates. He backs off from this. The clock is ticking.
LucifroN is flashing the demo ships like, oh, no, don't engage. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to send these bad boys forward. You don't want that. But now the upgrade is coming through. LucifroN was able to buy himself enough time, and now he's got the attack speed advantage. Now, all of a sudden, these 13, 14 Spriggle ships do as much damage as if they were like 2.5 more.
South side, it's going to force the archers to commit. Now, this is the big detail. Wam, he keeps getting baited to bring these archer ships forward. That's what LucifroN's true target is. And with that extra range, he can now hold this fight hostage. Wam might just be forced to full commit here or run.
Bonus attack range really makes a huge difference when it comes to like taking these not fully committed engagements, and now it's just a trade-off between demo ships.
Demos out on each side, but remember, LucifroN has the defensive production advantage. However, Wam has still got 5 demos in play. He just needs to find a way of getting them in. Lucy still giving over some ground here, but he is prepping more units on land. More knights are going to follow, so might look to just try to idle eco up on the land side to get a leg up elsewhere.
Needs to do a couple more hit and runs. He really needs to use the advantage that he has with that attack range upgrade that he got in. He isn't able to make full use of that right now.
I love the way Wam is preventing that gap from emerging, right? If he's too close, he sticks too close. Because he understands if he gets just out of range, he's losing units. He's not winning. Wait, is that... What is... What? Was it converted? Ooh. No, he's just baiting him. Demo's in. Wam, this is heavy losses for him right now. Just look at the Spriggle count. The difference is building.
Oh, demos?
Nope, he's still alive.
For some decent connections, though.
The archer ships are exposed, however. I think this is the point where Wam probably has to peel back fully, just reset the fight. He did idle some of LucifroN's water eco, right? So he has made him a little bit weaker in that regard, and it's bought enough time that now Wam can rush Castle Age himself.
He's going to go for the Imperial Academy. That's just going to mean that he's going to see his potential demise as there's a lot of land military now approaching. Does change his mind. It's going to go for the Astronomical Clock Tower. 10-second age up in time when you just...
So fast. Like, honestly, any other Civ right here is punished for this. Chinese, what is punishment?
Well, still going to lose his entire villager advantage here.
What are we doing out here, boys? We do not have wheelbarrow. Run.
LucifroN idling a little bit. He could have probably gotten a couple more villager kills there, but still gets a few.
He needs everything he can get. Remember, that is a 2TC Song Dynasty Chinese. And now he looks to push the advantage on water while he still has it. Wam, reluctant to take a fight. That is a lot of demo ships.
Has he got... He probably doesn't have any upgrades for Castle Age for water yet. If he got, like, the damage, like the demo radius upgrade. Yeah.
I think he's going to have them in time. This fight is going to be forced ahead of time. Lucy taking these...
Just imagine if he had it. Imagine if he had the demo range upgrade. Those demos would be absolutely smashing right now.
Oh my god! Imagine if that demo ship chased immediately. There's a pinch opportunity. Demo trade out though. Wam says I got plenty more where that came from, son. And LucifroN, he only has one archer ship to protect this ball. It's come through.
Yeah, LucifroN has a huge mass of Spriggle ships here, and now we see some connections coming in with demos.
The break off to minimize casualties, and the retreat, bit messy, but could have been much worse. LucifroN's still able to get away. The question is, what is he really going to do behind this? It feels like there's no way he can just break the back of Wam on land. He can break him on land. In fact, he goes in with the archers. He dives the main base.
That is disgusting amount of villager kills.
How did he get that deep? That was like 20 archers.
That's what happens when you distract. LucifroN is just so good at fighting on multiple sides at the same time. And now we're looking over here, but LucifroN's already looking on the other side. LucifroN's already looking on water again just to get more favorable engagements from there. And the archers are just getting so much value in.
Unbelievable. LucifroN, he flirts a fine line here between death and life. The amount of injured ships he had there, he forces a pullback by Wam at the perfect time. And instead of doing what most players would do, which is heal all these injured ships rather, he doubles down. He's posturing aggressively again, understanding that he might have an opportunity to break the Chinese water entirely.
We see those shields on the ship, so we know that Armored Hull has come in for LucifroN. Now Armored Hull right now for Wam, and now his economy on water is a little bit exposed here as he has to retreat closer to his docks, and this is just going to look really rough right now. 16 Springle ships against 9.
He's just going to keep pushing the numbers. He doesn't need demo ships to convert this into a win right now. Instead, Wam needs a clutch demo. Meanwhile, the remaining archers have found the gold on the backside, and Wam is not reacting. He's distracted on the water, and this is a long run to safety.
This is it. This is where LucifroN is going to be able to close out the water advantage for sure here. More demo ships coming in, but LucifroN, he's so good at this. He's watching everywhere. And only now do we see incendiaries come in, but that's just a little bit too late, and now he's not going to be able to find the value that he wanted to get with those demo ships, which he paid so much for.
There's more peel going on here than is involved with an orange right now. This is brilliant from LucifroN. Never really allowing the demo ship to get a critical hit. And after all is said and done, what is Wam even defending? Most of his fishing eco is just gone. His attempt to raid on land might find some casualties. But is LucifroN going to be distracted long enough? I just saw 14 militia be spawned. Is he going to demo?
Oh!
Okay, what?
That was a huge shot!
He's distracted. Wam's playing him his own game. That land raid actually peeled his attention elsewhere. LucifroN just lost a huge chunk of the fleet.
Yeah, and at the same time, Wam also got a good amount of villager kills in, so... I mean, looking at the economy tab, it's even. Military, not so much, but economy, that's doable. I mean, now we just need like 3-4 Nest of Bees, and we're gonna be fine.
All right, the Bardouches are here.
Yeah, but they're only gonna be there for a short visit, maximum of 1.5 minutes.
They're just not in the right place at the right time. I mean, they're gonna try to torch for the outpost. Realistically, he need to be targeting that goal because Wam, after he cleaned up the last of the archers, he went hard into the mines. I think he's got about 15 villagers on that gold vein in the south corner.
Yeah, he really does need all that gold that he can get, and we see 3 knights making their way to that gold mine just as Wam is retreating with his knights, and that will be a really nasty timing. Wam probably put up that wall thinking, okay, this is going to be safe from now on, but not yet. That wall is not complete, and those knights are going to be able to find a lot of kills here.
Licking their lips, shaking their hips, they're ready to dine on villager flesh. Wam, he's distracted on the front side. His frontside assault is kind of wavering as well. The crossbow's now added in, means he doesn't have a solid solution. He still has to find a way of rebuilding naval side if he wants to hold there. Because look at what LucifroN's done. He's now going in for the finishing blow. 15 Springle ships, 5 demos against not even a third.
Yeah, that's water
gun. Good lord!
There's no way yet you can come back against such a heavy mass advantage. Oh lord, that's... He's just straight up destroying those docks with demo ships.
I'd like to discuss the efficiency play there, Crackedy. That was, what, 5 demos for 1 dock? Not very good use of the... He can afford the resources right now.
800 resources to 150. Worth it.
Yeah, some people say you can't handle the truth, but right now, Wam can't handle the hoof. The Knights are in again. Village is condensed on 1 location. Sure, he's 2 TC Song Dynasty, but you've lost water. You don't have a full wall in. Where the hell do you go from here if you're Wam?
Well, ideally you'd go for an Nest of Bees, but Wam has no gold income whatsoever, and he's just not going to be able to get those out in time. And now even more Knights streaming in, and LucifroN, he's not even interested in fighting the army from Wam. He is strictly focused on killing villagers, and look at that, 70 villagers killed so far this game.
Bro,
this is rough.
What are you talking about fighting the army? This is the army. This is the People's Republic right now. Every single person needs to get a shiv out because Wam has nothing to defend his base with. He's lost the seaside. He's losing on land. You can't help but feel there's pretty much nothing left for Wam to do. In fact, LucifroN just converted the entire navy. Look at that eco count.
Yep, that's a good eco count.
What, did he just go from like 75 to 120?
I mean, once you won water, like, what are you gonna use it for? Oh my, like, look at that. LucifroN was at 500 food per minute. Look again in 10 seconds.
I can't. I watched that number. I was about to say, like, Eco not looking too bad. All of a sudden, just like a 40, 50 pop cap jump. Don't mind me.
Yep, there it is. There it is. That's good. Food and cup.
I can't. Like, Bruce Water, there's a reason we've seen pretty much everyone ban this civ if this map is in the rotation. LucifroN now with the crude reminder. And it's crazy to think about this game, Crackedy. Wam done such a phenomenal job in the early phases of Water, yet he still never found a way of stopping LucifroN entirely.
Yeah, and here it is. We're almost at 3k food per minute. That's late game economy levels right there.
I mean, you got choices. You want to go Imperial Age? You want to fight now? He looks like he's going to extend out. Time for more units.
This is insane. 3,800.
Can we crack 4K?
Food per minute. It keeps rising.
All right, so
it's not stopping.
So EGC's goal is 400 subs the weekend, right? LucifroN's goal is 4K food a minute, and he's very close to it. And he yoinked the island. Sacred Site locked in. He's already got 3 relics banked. He's getting banged everywhere.
Yeah, I'm always trying to look for like win conditions from the opponent, from the other player. I'm not seeing any here.
Okay, hear me out. I've got one for Wam. We turn this into a BO5. This is the only way.
Wam is busy writing to Pesty right now. Hey, what about if we make this a best of 5? Like last minute, let's not end this here.
Yeah, I thought this was a best of 5, right? We're pretty deep in the rack. Come on, I mean, LucifroN's already round 1. Let's make it interesting in round 2. Pesty just ignoring the messages until after series, so you can just go, oh, sorry, I didn't see this message.
Too late, didn't read.
On this key drop, I mean, this is kind of do or die. That's a lot of villages that you can't afford to lose. And did LucifroN not see it?
Oh.
There is no way.
Now he does, but that's gonna go up. That's Chinese. Chinese is gonna... Wait, not if he pulls villagers. Just build. Just keep building.
Just build and die.
You need to believe.
Just build and die. Sweat and blood. That's what makes the Empire go. But it's not going to make his villager count grow. Several more just being sacrificed to the gods like this. LucifroN coming over the top. Now, remember, there's no boiling oil here.
Yeah, he can just kill the keep.
Get him, boys.
That keep, as soon as that keep goes down, or as soon as Wam realizes that it's going to go down, he's going to call GG. I don't see this continuing for much longer, and we also see Boyer's Fortitude now being researched. It's just a flood, an endless flood of knights, as he has 7 more knights in the queue right now. Already has 20 out on the field, and with Boyer's Fortitude, these knights are going to be rough to deal with, to say the least. And yeah, now he has an SFBs, but it's too little too late. That keep goes down, and Wam doesn't have a lag anymore in this game.
Rough to deal with seems appropriate here, because right now Wam's looking like a dog ready to be put down. LucifroN flooding the field. Military count, a quad up, is enough to call the GG. I don't know what to call him. Ares, Poseidon, I don't know if he's the god of war or the god of the sea, but either way, right now, LucifroN is looking like the god of the game.
What a spectacular Rus game. I actually gotta look at that again and just note down how he played that. Well, actually, I probably don't have to look at it that much, just because it's 12 villager, and chances are I probably won't be able to emulate that in normal ladder game.
Why am I not winning with these builds? Really? Honestly, it's a marvel to watch. You know, I remember interviewing LucifroN after he won round 1, talking to him, and you know, he talked about how him and his brother were kind of losing motivation for the game. They weren't practicing as much as they should in previous tournaments, but they reinvigorated themselves. They came in anew, and you can see it showing off in droves. These guys are at the top of the game. I would say they are looking the best they have ever looked in the history of Age of Empires 4, and well, you can definitely see it in the results.